guys, welcome back to my channel. Let's make some beef freezer meals. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. We are doing our third episode and filling up our freezers with freezer meals to prepare for the upcoming school year and busy fall months. So I have done a video where I did 6 chicken freezer meals. I've done 6 vegetarian freezer meals. And today we're gonna do 6 beef freezer meals. Okay, here are the items that we are going to be using. Some of this I dug out of my freezer, like I had part of a bag of mixed vegetables with another bag of mixed vegetables, the chopped onions that I got last week. And I had some of the seasonings, the au jus gravy and the onion soup mix, diced tomatoes. So some of this stuff I just dug up out of the pantry in the freezer. And so we're going to make up some dump and go crock pot meals that we're going to have ready to go in our freezer that will be delicious and help us out in the coming months. Now I did take some help from the grocery store with these potatoes. These are baby golds. So, you know, if you wanted to just buy a sack of potatoes and chop those up, by all means do that. I went ahead and got the carrots that were already cut into chips. If you wanted to cut up your own whole carrots, by all means do that. The only thing in these recipes for me that's going to require prep is I need to slice up all of these peppers, this onion, and I need to brown up this 2-pound pack of ground beef. But other than that, everything is dump and go. So let's get started with our first meal. The first thing that we need to do is get the prep work done. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this 2-pound roll of ground beef browning up in the skillet on the stove so that that can be browned, and then I need it to cool completely before I can put that in the freezer bags. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done first, and then I'm gonna work on chopping up some of the veggies. So I've got the ground beef going. I'm going to rough chop half this onion and then slice half of this onion. And then I've washed my peppers. I'm gonna slice them. I got the rainbow peppers and a green pepper. You don't have to do that. You can get whatever peppers you want. If you wanna do all green, do all green. But I'm just gonna get those sliced and ready, and then we'll be ready to assemble our freezer meals. I like doing these big batch cook days. Some people say it's not for them, but if I have a day where I have the whole day free, I just love to go ahead and prep some meals like this because I just feel like I have the time and I can just take my time and enjoy cooking, because cooking gives me lots of joy. It brings me lots of joy. So I like to do that. And then with having these ready-made and in the freezer, then on those busy days when I don't have the time to enjoy cooking and when I'm just trying to get food on the table, these are ready to go. So it makes my life a lot simpler. These recipes that I share with these freezer meals are meant to feed about 4 people. You can double, you can halve, you can do whatever you want with these recipes to make them work for your family. It's completely up to you. Okay, I think I'm ready to start. I have my peppers and onions cut. I have my ground beef cooked. It's been browned. I drained it. I'm letting it cool. So now we're gonna start assembling our beef freezer meals. Of course, you're gonna need your gallon bags. We're gonna write on the gallon bags. The first meal that we're gonna be making is a take on pepper steak. So it's gonna be an Asian dish. We're gonna be using the peppers and the onions and meatballs and lots of flavors to make meatballs freezer meal. They're like pepper steak inspired. So let me turn you around. Let's put these meals together. First thing we need to do is label our bags, put today's date. I'm putting pepper and meatballs. The first thing that we're gonna need is a bag of frozen meatballs. We're gonna put that in each bag. All right. Next, we're gonna put half of our peppers and onions in each bag. About 2 peppers per bag. Onions. All right, so now for the sauce, we're gonna put 3 tablespoons of brown sugar in each bag. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to do 5 tablespoons of soy sauce in each bag. 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, we're gonna put in 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. Just kind of eyeballing it here. These recipes will be linked down below, so if you want to make them, you can see the exact recipe. And then we're gonna put in some hoisin sauce. I've never cooked with hoisin sauce, but it says 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce. So 1, 2. 1, 2. Lastly, the recipe calls for 1 cup of water in each bag. And that is it. So we will take this, get as much air out of it as possible. Smells really good. And there we have it, our pepper steak inspired meatballs. On the day of cook, I would just put these in the crock pot, let them cook on low for 7 to 8 hours, on high for 4 to 5. Serve this over your favorite rice. The next beef meal that we're going to be making is just a simple pot roast with potatoes and carrots, but everything will be ready to go. So on the day of cooking, I don't have to think about it. I can just dump it in the crock pot and go. On the day of cook, I am going to add in 2 cups of broth. All right. For this meal, I bought a 4-pound, almost 4-pound chuck roast. I'm actually going to cut this in half and have this half in one and half in another to try to stretch this out across 2 meals. I'm gonna put 1/2 of that chuck roast in each bag. Now I'm going to add half of these potatoes into each bag. Like I said, if you want to, you can cut up your own potatoes. I'm just taking the easy route. Then I'm going to put half of the carrots in each bag. Then I'm going to add an au jus gravy packet to each bag. And I'm going to put an onion soup mix in each bag as well. And that's it for that. So let's get this out. I wrote on here to add 2 cups of broth. I may add 3. I'm just gonna kind of look at it once I get it in the crock pot. It depends on the size of your roast and how many potatoes and all of that. So I'm just gonna kind of go with what looks good. To me, you want enough liquid that it's going to at least come up to your potatoes and things so that they can cook. So there we go. 2 pot roasts ready to go. On the day of cook, I will put this in my crock pot. Add in 2 to 3 cups of broth, depending on how much yours is, and cook it on low 7 to 8 hours. Cook it on high 4 to 5. I think I prefer cooking roast longer on low, just so that it's really fall apart tender. Here we go. Complete meal in a bag. The last meal we're gonna make is a hamburger soup recipe. On the day of cook, we are going to be adding in 4 cups of broth. All right, I'm going to take my cooked hamburger meat that has been drained and cooled and get that in the bag. Make sure you let it cool because this is plastic and you don't want it too hot in your bag. So we're gonna put half in each. We're gonna take some onions. It says 1 onion chopped in each bag. I had this in my freezer. I wanted to use it up, so I'm gonna put half the onions in each bag. Now I'm gonna take a bag of mixed vegetables, frozen, and put half in each bag. Last, we're gonna add in a 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes. I chose the fire roasted just to give this a little bit of a kick, but any kind of diced tomato will do. There we go. There's our third meal. This hamburger soup was going to be delicious during the fall months. On the day of cook, you're going to add 4 cups of broth. I'll probably use beef broth. You could use whatever broth you like. I am going to put this in the slow cooker and let it cook all day. If you wanted to bulk this up, add some type of like elbow macaroni noodle the last hour of cooking or the last 30 minutes of cooking, and you can add some bulk and carbs to this soup. All right, so there you have it. 6 beef freezer meals ready to go in my freezer, and I'm gonna be having easy dinners throughout the fall. So this is the 3rd episode. So as of now, I have 18 meals ready to go in my freezer. That is going to be so helpful. Again, the links to the recipes will be in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. If you are enjoying this series, let me know. Tell me which recipe you can't wait to make, because I'm really excited to try all 3 of those that we made today. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll thank you for your support, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.